Muted, brother. Still muted.
Tell me I'm not muted. All right.
Now we're good.
Like I said, this type of stuff only happens when greatness is in the room, right? That's when the enemy starts to play a little bit harder. But hey, it's a little bit after 3:00 Central Standard Time, so y'all know what this is. This is another episode of Book Talk Live. Today I'll actually be joined by a total of 18 phenomenal men who put together an amazing book, a powerful book that was launched yesterday to Amazon #1 bestseller. Let me break the news to y'all though. It wasn't just in one category. It wasn't in two. It wasn't in three. It wasn't in four. Y'all can keep counting, right? It was actually in 13 categories that they went #1. That's what work ethic and grind looks like. So how y'all doing today, fellas?
We're good.
Awesome. Good. Great.
Doing good. Doing real good.
Blessed, brother. Blessed. Blessed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it, man. And y'all energy is always impeccable each time that we are in connection. So salute on that. One of the things that I actually want to do, because I could go around and give the introductions that I have for each and every one of y'all, but I want to introduce the guy who brought it together. We call him the brainchild because he's putting these volumes together. And this is another powerful book that he's put together. So Chip, come on. I'm gonna let you run the show today.
Oh well, let's get it. Let's go.
Introduce yourself to the world and introduce the people.
All right. Well, here we go, man. Well, first off, Sugar Ray, I want to say thank you so much to you and your team for the amazing work that you guys always do. Not just on this, but the work that you always do. We are truly grateful for the opportunity. Truly grateful to be connected to you and the team. I think, for those of you that are watching that are, maybe interested in doing a book with your company, I'm just going to go ahead and put a plug in there right now for that. Do it. That's simple. Do it. The process is great. It's a well-oiled machine. They know what they're doing. They're very experienced. You're going to learn so much in the process. You're going to grow so much, and you'll be proud of the things that you invested in with him. And so I can say that from personal experience. I just wanted to make sure I share that first of all. Then I want to get to my guys with the impact of influence. Amazing men. Truly grateful for them that they believe in me and trust in me to be a part of this thing. My goal is to put us in positions to where we can be around us together and be able to accomplish all of our bucket list goals, because we're surrounded by so many great men doing great things. And then thank you to the people that support us. Like none of us are who we are by ourselves, right? We're all a product of a whole lot of folks loving us, a whole lot of folks showing us the way, a whole lot of folks putting us in position to do great things. And so we're truly grateful for those people that support us unconditionally, and just rock with us. But myself, I'm Chip Baker, 4th generation educator, teacher, former coach, blessed and fortunate to be raised by some amazing people. Grateful to be around some awesome folks in my life to learn from. It's truly been an honor. Author, speaker, life coach. And so this is our second volume of The Impact of Influence 2, volume 2. And like he said, we hit #1 in 13 categories. And man, yeah, DP2. Let's go. Just want to go around the table and get you an opportunity to meet these amazing men and let them tell you about themselves. And so I want to start with Dr. B. Patrick Glenn. Dr. Glenn, you good now or you want to wait for a minute?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm driving. We'll be for the next hour. And it is a blessing to be among all of you gentlemen, the Impact of Influence team. I'm so excited to be a part of Volume 2. As part of Volume 1. Because of Volume 1, I had to start an LLC, Positive Contact.
Let's go.
And so looking forward to volume 2 doing great things, reach a whole different audience of people besides will. And so it's exciting for me to be a part of it and to grow with. Thank Chip for chipping me in, and thank Ray and his team and all my. It's been a wonderful journey. This time, volume 2 was a challenge for me because just restructuring things due to COVID, and so it was a challenge to pin things and get it done. But fortunately, I was able to get it done. Grateful I was able to get it done. Grateful to be a part of it. Grateful, man, and excited about #1 in 13 different categories. That's awesome, man. That's knocking it out of the park, and man, that's just super. And so I want to do it again at some point because it's fun. You know, people they say, hey, you know, you that guy that Chip, and so it's a beautiful thing, man. And so thank you again, Chip. Thank you to all my brothers for having me, and just apologizing because I couldn't do any of the interview. It's been so busy, but I'm grateful that you guys allowed me to be the part of the team, man. And looking forward to great things, man. And thank you.
Yes, sir. Be safe, Doc, and have a great service. Headed to church. All right, we're gonna go to our next author, which is Abraham Scully. You're up, buddy. Let's go.
Appreciate it, Chip. Great afternoon, you all. Great morning, wherever you are watching. My name is Abraham Scully. I'm a mental health specialist, an author, and an advocate for just promoting mental health awareness. And I gotta say, before anything else, is I'm very appreciative of Chip, you know, for the opportunity to just be a part of this project. I came on the tail end of it. Wasn't a part of volume 1. Blessed to be a part of volume 2 and just offer, you know, insight. I mean, it's amazing just to meet the brothers here and some of the brothers that you all will be able to meet a little bit later, and to hear so many impactful stories, be able to be connected to so many impactful men. So I'm grateful. I'm honored to be a part of the project. What you can expect in my chapter is really just the importance of prioritizing our mental health as men. As people in general, there's a lot of times where we focus on so many other aspects of our health, physical health, spiritual health, and then we neglect our mental health. And so in what I write about is just promoting the importance of, okay, we got to prioritize our mental health. You know, this is just as important as any other part of our lives. And when we get our mental health right, it affects every other area of our lives. So again, I'm super excited to be a part of the journey. I'm hoping Chip can bring me back for another volume. And I was really grateful just to have this experience with you all. So I'm blessed and glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
And thank you, Abraham. And one thing I want to make sure I say too before we go on, hey guys that are checking this out, each author, please go on and follow them on the social medias. Amazing men doing great things. And I promise you, you know, not only will you get the experience from the book, but just by following them, you'll see them on their day-to-day grind to give with a pure heart, unselfishly, and the things that they do. So please go follow them. Get, you know, signed copies from their social media that you can get from their links that's on their sites. We can make that happen. So Andre Amager is up next.
All right. I thank the Most High for being here, Chip. You know, I always give you your props. I mean, I like to give you your roses or your football or your basketball for this and the team behind it for the awesome job they've done. But you know, I'm appreciative. I'm grateful to be around these men who are doing positive things, who are impacting. It's just a blessing. I mean, it's a real blessing to be here. It's something else I can add to my introduction. #1 best-selling author, first time out. I mean, I came out running and bam, I'm like 13 categories. I'm trying to name all of them and write them down. I'm like, it's an honor. It's really an honor to be here. It's an honor to be amongst y'all. It's definitely an honor to be in this group, this chapter. I mean, this book, having this chapter definitely. And my chapter is patience, persistence, and prayer. I know we're gonna get into it, so I'm not gonna stand away too much. But as always, I'm grateful and thankful for this opportunity. That's me.
All right. Thank you, Andre. Let's go. All right. The next author is Charles Woods.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How's it going?
Awesome.
Can you guys
Great,
hear me?
great. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Charles Woods. I'm a first generation educator. By chance, I would say, when I was coming up and trying to make my decision.
Yeah, that's what happens when it gets hot. You know, sometimes when we know it's getting hot. I think we had this situation before. It was on an interview where it got real hot and the bandwidth couldn't hold it. So they knew that Woods is gonna be hot, so the bandwidth just canceled it. So we're gonna move to brother Darius Bradley, and then when Woods get back on, we're gonna let him go. But it's gonna be hot too, so it may happen to him. So I'm just gonna warn y'all right now. All right, you back with us, Woods?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. I told him it was hot, so it probably just canceled you. You know, the bandwidth can't hold all the heat.
Well, let me go ahead and go through this before my phone go out again. Well, I'm a first generation educator. Didn't want to teach anybody's kids, coach anybody's kids, and definitely didn't want to talk to any parents about their kids. But I say 21 years later, look at me now. I am a building principal. I was a teacher, coach. I was an assistant principal. Now I'm a building principal. Love what I do. Love supporting kids. Love supporting adults as we put our minds together and collaborate and make sure that we put processes in place so all our young scholars can be successful. My chapter focuses about you are placed in situations where you may be impacted or influenced by individuals or different situations. It's a choice that you have of which influence that you want to kind of follow. So it goes through my life growing up of the influences that I kind of leaned on and what brought me to be the person that I am today. Chip, this is my second book. Man, #1 bestseller. First book, #1 bestseller. Second book. Never thought I'd be writing a book. Boy, how excited am I and grateful to be a part of this project and have brothers like the brothers that I have here that have joined in me and collaborated on this book with this great leader, Chip Baker. Again, man, I am so grateful, so excited. Never thought I'd be writing a book, but look at me now, author, 2 books. It's awesome. Let's go.
Let's get it, baby. All right, the next author, Darius Bradley Sr.
Blessings, guys. How you guys doing today? I'm Darius Bradley Sr., also known as Divine Encourager. Before I even open up, you guys, you know me. If you don't know me, you're about to get to know me. I'm very passionate about life, and I don't want to start this thing off without expressing my attitude of gratitude for my brother Chip Baker. Also, each and every one of my brothers, the Impact of Influence Brotherhood, who are on with us right now, and also Brother Sugar Ray, and his team, the BODM team, for doing all that they do, not just guiding and supporting those guys, but their daily actions and movements in life. It's so organic, and I'm so appreciative to be blessed to be in this huddle. Man, listen, where do I start? It's amazing. Let me thank God first for just opening my eyes this morning to even be in this circle. To even share this platform with each and every one of you. And God bless everyone that's tuning in, and bless everybody who you're connected to. You know, my chapter, before I get into that, thanks be to God and also my brother Chip Baker. I am a 2-time best-selling author. I'm also a motivational speaker. That's the title they give it. But I know that I'm a mailman for God because I take no ownership in anything that I do and or say. So it's not my work, but it's me becoming a living word for God. I am a proud husband of 25 years with my beautiful wife, Desiree, and our 3 phenomenal kids, Darius Jr., Deon's my daughter, and Daniel, my baby boy. I'm an entrepreneur, investor. I'm a many things, guys, but most importantly, I know the value of life because I know that no one knows how many tomorrows remains for any of us. So the time that we're allotted right now, we must do it what it is that we're created to do, all right, and the capacity that we're given to do it. And guys, just, you know, whatever the gift is that God placed within you, serve it unconditionally. And that's what life is all about. My chapter is titled Peace Be Still. Peace be still, guys. Listen, many of us, you know, if your eyes are open, your heart is beating, you're still breathing, goes for all of us, guys. Listen, that's not only evidence that we're still alive, okay, but that's also the promise that, you know, we're going to have contrasts. We're going to have trials and tribulations. We're going to have uncertainties that we're met with on a daily basis, guys. And listen, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, your financial status, your health. None of that stuff matters. Okay, your heart is beating. You're going to be faced with Goliaths in your life, guys. But that's also an opportunity for us to release our inner Davids, guys. Listen, we're going to have to face what it is that we are faced with, guys. And as my brother Chip Baker says all the time, we're going to have to grow through what it is that we go through. All right, we're running from the very thing that's going to provoke us, catapult us, and place us where it is that we are created to be, guys. That's the pain I'm speaking of, which, guys, listen, the pain, once we dissect our pain, guys, I promise you, and you dig in there with your right and your left hand, guys, you'll find something in there, and that's your gift. And once you pull that gift out, listen, not only will you receive it, but at that very moment that you receive it and you share that gift, guys, listen, you become the very thing that was given to you, guys. So listen, it's up to us to face whatever adversities, okay, that we're faced with, guys. I promise you, my chapter, I had to move my face from the pages that I was writing upon, guys, so I would not drown out, flood out, tsunami out, okay, the content on that page, guys, which would go on to be the chapter in a very impactful book, The Impact of Influence, guys. I lost my brother, okay, in the excitement of volume 1. Okay, I was so excited. We're just about to go on tour. I'm celebrating the news with him and my mother, my sister, okay, all my family and friends. I'm just super excited, right? Okay, and I'm sharing this with my brother, the guy who taught me just about everything that I know in life, guys. Listen, he taught me about music. He taught me about sports. He taught me how to become better than my best. But most importantly, he taught me how to shadow the words of God. He taught me not only to know the doctrine, but to become the doctrine. He taught me how to become the living word. And so I was super excited to share all of this great news with him that I'm so, you know, blessed to be a part of with my brother Chip Baker and all of the rest of the brotherhood, guys. I'm just super excited. I said, brother, I said, Derek, I need you. His name was Derek. I said, Derek, I need you to come on this tour with me, man. I need you to be a part of everything that's going on, man. I'm just so excited. He said, little brother, you don't need me. He said, you don't need me. He said, if you want me, I'm there, but you do not need me. He said, I want you to know and always remember that God placed something inside of you that's going to bless this universe. You have a gift, man, that only you can serve. And I'm super proud of you. Man, I'm dropping tears. I'm just like, oh, my God. You know, I lost my father at the age of 15. That's in volume 1. You know, but, you know, moving to volume 2, God gives us contrast that we can then turn into our content. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, guys. In the midst of me writing my chapter, after I celebrated that news with my brother about volume 1, 4 hours later, I get a phone call from my mother and my sister screaming and hollering on the phone. I can barely understand what it is that they're saying. My brother had collapsed on the floor and died. Only 4 hours after I just shared the news about volume 1 with him. And I'm saying that to say this, guys. Listen, lifeline. We throw it out there when someone is in need. We're saving a life. But I want you to know, the brothers that you see in each of these squares make up that line that's saving that life. Each and one of us are sharing a chapter of transparency, organic truth, trials and tribulations, contrast and uncertainties, the darkest rooms that we've ever experienced in our lives, in order to save you and or whomever you may be connected to who are in the darkest room of their lives right now. Had I not went on to write that book with my brothers, my chapter, the contribution, I would not be here celebrating this, discussing this, putting it out here with you guys right now. I'm saying that to say this: peace be still. Activate that peace be still mentality, and you'll experience a freeing in your life that you can never experience unless you go through what it is that you're going through. And not only go through it, but grow through it, as my brother would say, Chip Baker would say. So listen, guys, I'm Darius Bradley Sr. You can find me on Instagram, divine_encourager_. You can find me here on Facebook, Darius Bradley Sr., Divine Encourager. I'm on YouTube, Divine Encourager. Twitter as well, guys. But listen, most importantly, when you pick up your copy of this book, not only read the pages to be entertained, read the pages to find exactly where it is you are. Find yourself in these stories and know that you can, too, continue to press forward motion through whatever the turbulence is that you may be experiencing. God bless you all. Thank you all. I love you.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. It was so hot that even the host got kicked off. Okay. hey, I warned you. I tried to warn you. It's gonna be hot. It's so hot that we lost 2. No, but we're gonna keep on moving. All right, our next author is Coach DP, Coach Derek Pearson. You up.
Chip, brotherhood, family, community. A couple of things today on a Sunday, so I'll give it to you the way I have to give it to you. Chip, you understand this thing when, as a coach, when you have to raise the glass to get your attention.
Here it comes.
You understand that what I'm saying to you is coming from my heart, and it's absolute in what I'm saying to you. First of all, brother Chip, we mockingly, lovingly have renamed it Chipped In rather than LinkedIn because of the volume, the massive reach that you have, the power of the circle and the concentrated power of what you do. But I'm changed it because see, they call it a championship. No, it's championship. See, this is how we gonna get it. See, I'm appreciating your friendship for giving me on a chip. Come on, man. I'm gonna fight through this because of your leadership. Come on, Chip. This is how I'm feeling on Sunday because of what you've done for us. Listen,
let's go.
When people say what their name is, my name is my brand, and I am love. See, no matter what somebody wants to think of me, my actions and my life, my living and my life have to be in accordance with that name. And you can't call me anything but love because that's all I'm going to give you. That's what I'm here for. That's why we were made. This is why we were put here. This is day 21,603. It's the only one I'm going to get. It's the only one that matters. And I got to carry that number with me from the moment my eyes open to the moment they close. Again, it's been 1,400 days since I laid in ICU with 27 blood clots after spinal fusion surgery. 27 blood clots and a saddle embolism that the 4 specialists said, we've never treated anybody who beat this, just to be fair. So when the chaplain sits on your bed in the ICU and you look over at your wife and you got to have answers, well, I got answers. I was already cured. I just didn't know it, and I had to believe that it was so. And on that day, I asked for one more day. And that's every day because they tell you blood clots will take you out in your sleep. So I asked for one more day. There were days where I was afraid to go to sleep because I didn't know if I was going to get one more day. In what I do and what I've done in the past, and my testimony is not I haven't always been this dude. I had to fail and learn. But the blessing was I failed forward. See, that was what I had to keep learning how to do, was to fail forward. I had to learn. And as I learned that it wasn't about me. It wasn't about the things that were important to me. It was about the people I could affect simply because that's why I was here. Coaching, leading, mentoring. Those are actions of love. And they have to be constant and consistent. That is a pool that has to be fed constantly. So in my coaching career, coaching 3 sports in high schools around the country, I figured out early that I needed to be loved. That when my players showed up, they knew love was waiting for them and that love was welcome. Those things were mandatory. And through that, it hit me. And this is where I stuck my chapter. I am the product of love. That's the only way for me to become love, is to be a product of it. And the seeds that were planted in me were fruit that will bear for people that the people that love me will never know. They'll never see. That's what we do as mentors, leaders, coaches, educators, and such, is that we plant seeds for fruit that we may never see, that we may never taste, that we may never enjoy. But it's the faith in that which is why we do it. That's why we do it, because we know when they speak our name later, what they will say is, this is what they did for me. This is what they did to me. This is what they allowed me to do. That's what we do. And for me, I'm a DC kid. I was born just outside of DC in Arlington, Virginia. There's a little league team, little league club called the Black Knights. And you know how in music and in sports, when something is so profound and so wonderful that they have to put mighty, mighty in front of it, right? They tell you, Don Cornelius, the mighty, mighty OJs. They let you know that something powerful came from that place and anything they produced was grand and greater. Well, the mighty, mighty Black Knights of Arlington, Virginia, they made me. I'm a product of it. They loved me when my family could not be there. They were my family when my family wasn't around. They are the voices that I carry with me and the voices in which I speak to you today. The love that they put on me in brothership, family, and others. Community is what I speak and what I share. No matter what your Black Knight is, and you all can think of what your Black Knight is. You know who that group was that loved you and got you moving forward and up. Well, that's a community, that's family, that's love out loud, that's love in action, all of those things in power. And I say to you, once again, I did it yesterday, my people got mad that I didn't put it up there long enough for it to be seen. Hey, folks, that's love right there. That 59 years old, 21,603 days, I'm a Black Knight. I'm proud of it. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative of all the lessons and love that were put on me so that I can be here today putting it on you. I love all of y'all. This brothership, Sugar Ray, Chip, look, y'all, we can go up and down. Y'all understand. My name is love. Call me what you want. But what you gonna get is love.
Boom. Let's go. Good stuff, Coach DP. All right, our last author for this segment that we'll have here will be Lorenzo Lewis. You're up, Zoe.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, appreciate it. Good to meet all you fellas. It is a blessing, man, to connect with everybody. As I told Chip, man, it's been a spiritual journey for myself, being on this volume 1 and volume 2 now. But I'm Lorenzo, man. I'm country guy out of Arkansas, man. Grew up out of Little Rock, and better short words, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father, I'm a husband as well. And part of my daily doing is just trying to do something about this world we live in while we got a little bit of time on earth. I realized that I kind of talked about in my chapter, it's called The Good, Bad, and Ugly. Really kind of detailed a story around, how life was for me as a young person. I was born to an incarcerated mother. I was incarcerated, part of gangs. I was on the other side of life, and I was given another shot at life. So I went to college. I met a really cool professor that gave me a shot at giving a speech in front of class, and whoever would have knew that speech would get me in front of corporations, on the news, and doing so many other things. And so, but it was also a lot of the process in there where, I was derailed. I also let my trauma get the best of me, and et cetera. The list goes on and on. And so that's just a little bit about me in a snapshot, just to keep it, I think, really brief. Again, really glad to be on here, with brothers also like Abraham. I know he's in the mental health space, and the work that he's doing. Really, really proud of you, and also all of you guys, man, that's doing work around leadership. Sugar Ray, we really appreciate and receive the leadership that you've been able to anchor inside of helping authors go public. I think that's really important. So really glad to be here, Chip. Appreciate you again. Really glad to be a part of this space with all of you guys. Really value Brother Darius here and everybody else that's here on this call. Andre, I appreciate you guys.
All right. Thanks, Zoe. All right, now we're going to turn it over to our guy, Sugar Ray Destin.
Hey man, I'm hoping my internet is letting me be great today. I don't know. We might have to talk to an AT&T representative out there because it keeps freezing on me. But listen, as far as connecting with each of you, Now, what everybody's getting in this is just y'all are only getting a piece of how powerful these gentlemen are. What I want everybody to do is drop your social media handles or your website, how everybody can connect with you. Let's keep it to maybe about 30 seconds each. That people know how they can connect with you, because it goes way beyond this book. And when they start seeing you in their city, they want to have that personal connection.
All right, I'll kick it off. Mine is all of my social medias at Chip Baker TSC, except for Twitter, and is at Chip Baker 19. Abraham, you want to go? And I'll just call us out and we'll just roll through there like that.
Yep, absolutely. So my website is abrahamscully.com. That's Scully, SCULLEY. And then you can find me on all social media. Handle is Abraham Scully.
All right, Zoe, you up, baby?
Absolutely. Lorenzo P. Lewis, as listed, all your social media handles. Also, that's LorenzoPLewis.com. Also, check out the ConfessProject.com and the work that we're doing around Black men and mental health. Yep, so appreciate it.
All right, Andre.
Mine is AndreAmateur.com. All my social media links, all the handles on my website, you can find there.
All right, Darius.
Hey, blessings, guys. Listen, you can find me on Instagram under divine_encourager_. Okay. You can also find me on Facebook, Darius Bradley Sr., parentheses, Divine Encourager. Also, guys, if you would like, you can go to my Go Get It Encouragement website. That's gogetitencouragement.com. And also on Twitter, you can find me at Divine Encourage 1. Just don't put the E at the end of it, just G1. And that's me, guys.
All right, Coach DP.
My name on social media, Derek Pearson, all across all platforms. If you want to track the loving and learning through sports, which is Loveprints, LOVEPRINTS.US is the website for that. And then if you ever really want to find out what's going on in sports, the radio station I just purchased here in Lincoln, Nebraska, it's the ticketfm.com, KNTK 93.7 FM. Chip, you'll be on it this week. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. And then the other two authors that were on was Charles Woods, and he's at ULL grad 1911. And then the other one is Dr. B. Patrick Glenn. So please check these men out. Go follow them. Go support them. I promise you it will be worth your time. Thank you, Sugar Ray. You're muted, brother. You're muted, Sugar Ray. Oh, having an issue there. All right, so we'll go on. We'll keep it. Let's see. We're going to go to a commercial. We can get a commercial right quick. We'll get that. And then after the commercial, we'll bring in another round of authors. So you guys stay tuned with us and get ready for some more heat coming.
Hey, what's up? This is Deuce Malone, and I have to tell you, the Business of Books Mastermind changed my life. I've been trying to write a book for a long time. Never really knew what steps to take, where to go, how do you market a project, all that just in limbo with these great ideas in my head to create something that's gonna ultimately create passive income for me. So I had the opportunity, thanks to Sugar Ray, to become a part of the Business of Books Mastermind, and it changed all of that. First of all, you got a supportive group of people who are all in the same space you are. They're trying to become published authors, trying to figure out how do you get to that next step. So you already got a supportive group of folks to help you and support you, and hopefully people that will future buy your book in future. but then Sugar Ray Destin and his team, they break down everything for you. Like, I never knew about lead pages or where to go for author groups and that kind of a thing, but all that's in the program. So if you're thinking about writing a book, you're thinking about becoming an author, I seriously suggest you look into the Business of Books Mastermind, because it's going to help you get closer to achieving that ultimate goal. Sugar Ray Destin is definitely a pro, very professional. His network of people even are some of the best in the business that can help guide you. When he's not the expert, he'll bring in someone else to help guide you along the way, and all those people, their network just opens up to you as well. So this, over the past few months, this has definitely been life-changing, and it's got me closer to my goal, and by the end of the year, I should be a published author. So that's my take. Don't wait. Join the Business of Books Mastermind today.
All right, guys. Hello. We are back. We're coming in with our second round of authors. Sugar Ray, we'll kick it over to you. You good?
Yeah, I think so, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Then he muted you again.
Won't let me be great. It won't. I say it won't let me be great. Listen, about that TNT rep that has my phone number, please have them call me like ASAP. But let's go ahead and move on. Y'all have been privy to an amazing group of gentlemen. So the first group of gentlemen that was actually here is just the first half of the book. There are 18 powerful authors in this book, The Impact of Influence, Volume 2. And so we are joined by the second half, second group of men, and I'm just gonna kick it right back over to you, Chip.
All right, thank you, Sugar Ray. So as you saw with the first part of the interview that we've done so far, just powerful men doing great things. And this is, like he said, the second half of the guys. And no less. So again, get ready for some hotness. I had to warn them guys on the last one. It was so hot. It was so hot that like 3 or 4 guys got kicked off the internet. That's how hot it got. So I had to warn everybody before we dive right into it. But the first author that we're gonna bring in to talk about his story is Leonard Cello Webb.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Well, my story started with, growing up and being pressed toward get a good government job, go to college, do those things. And that's what I did. And I ended up with the Federal Bureau of Prisons, where I helped men not come back to prison. And I did that for a long time and was very successful at it, got a lot of awards and recognition, but I felt like something was missing. And I started teaching at a local university. And what I noticed was the same young men that were coming into my classroom were coming into my office at the prison. And I started to wonder, what's going on? Why is this happening? And I began to research and look into it. And I realized there was a lot of things happening in the school system. So I slowly put myself into the school system. And it just so happened, and I write about this in a book, that a mother of one of the guys that I was counseling called me, and she said, she thanked me and she gave me a lot of flowers, but she ended the call with, what you do a great job at what you're doing. Obviously, you helped my son, and he's been in and out of jail for 12 years. Since he was 12 years old, his entire life. And you would do so much better if you stop young people from going to prison rather than keeping grown men from coming back. And I sat on that for a week, and I came across a quote from Desmond Tutu, and it said, sometimes you got to stop pulling people out of the river and figure out why they're falling in. And it was that day that I decided that, you know, I'm done with the prison system. I'm going to start getting into the school system. And it just happened. You know, I had 401k, I had a lot of time in, and why would somebody do that? And I thought, you know what? If I make sure someone else's life's okay, gotta make sure my life's okay. And I just jumped right into it, and it gave me great connections. Chip was the first person that gave me an online interview. Um, and that's how we met. And I was like, when I researched him, when he reached out to me about being on his YouTube station, I researched him and I saw this guy interviewed Carl Lewis. He interviews WNBA players. What does he want to do with me? I'm just some dude out of Maryland, you know, in a small community. And it was almost like that was the push that I needed to really go all in. And he recognized that. And I talk about that story a bit more in the book, but that's the story that I really haven't shared, and when I go and speak in public, and that's the reason I wanted to put it in the book. It was partly because of Chip, and it's the first time that people get a look at my story.
Well, hey, Joe, sure appreciate the kind words, man. That's good stuff. All right, next author we're gonna go to is Chris Nixon.
Good evening, gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be with you all today. Just to share a little bit about me and my story and some of my background. I am from Dallas, sibling of about 6. One of them would be definitely the Chip Baker. So just having a background of, single parents trying to raise us, working all the time. Also, others in the community, in the family, in the church that we were reared up in, that I was reared up in, that took a hold of my life and, just took opportunity and a leap of faith within me and invested into me, invested different morals, spiritual backgrounds, and just made sure that I was a better man, in the world. Showed me unconditional love, no matter what I went through, no matter the trials or the errors that I faced growing up, they still, were there and wanted to help and wanted to continue to love. And me taking, that experience and also experiencing life in itself, just, I noticed that it was something different. It was something that everybody didn't get. I thought my problems were, big to me, but looking onto others, it was like, I mean, this is nothing. I mean, a lot of folks have trials and errors in their life, but I mean, some of them they're worse than mine. So just as I grew up, just experiencing different opportunities, working different areas of business, working different areas in different fields. I just wanted to make sure that I had a great foundation for the future. And knowing that I was around a bunch of hard workers and dedicated people that, were dedicated to their job, I knew that I wanted that flexibility and things of that nature. So I knew that I had to show my future generations some of what I experienced as well as what I was brought up knowing, but also knowing that there was a different type of living that they could possibly live, that they didn't have to live that same, I would say definitely hood mentality or, project mentality. They didn't have to, go through those type of experiences just because they were in the projects or they was in that community. Despite the odds that you are better, you are bigger, and that you can overcome your, circumstances. So that's more so what I tried to put into the book here is just a little bit of my village mentality upbringing. Also, how I decided that I wanted to contribute to you know, my future as well as my my family, you know, how I wanted to help them out. You know, I talk about me adopting a little boy that is now 9, and you know how precious this gift is to me. And because of what I was taught, because of what I learned, that I knew that I wanted that greater for him, for others. And you know, like I always say, if I can help one, I think I've done a job well done. You know, I think God will be pleased, and that's all that matters to me.
Awesome, Chris. Good deal, man. All right, our next author is going to be Kenneth Wilson.
All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Kenneth Wilson. Again, excited to be here. Chip, Sugar Ray, the team. Thank you all for this coming on. Thank you for everybody who's watching and listening to this. It's exciting times, you know, and I said this yesterday, and it's a conversation I've been having with a lot of people. And I said, you know, as a black man where I come from, and I grew up, I'm in Maryland, right outside, I'm in the DMV, you know, writing books and being authors and celebrating authors and literacy is not something that we thought we would be doing one day, you know. So I'm just excited, not only for the process, and I'm a true believer in like the process of going through this, but also, you know, being able to connect with so many great men in these opportunities. So thank you all just first and foremost for that. But again, my name is Kenneth Wilson. I am founder and CEO of Black Squirrel Media, which is a media company that focuses a lot on podcasting with our Black Squirrel Media Network. We also have what we call our B-Lit Festival, which is a touring festival for Black artists. Also the founder and CEO of Men of Stature, which is a men's group specifically for Black men. And we focus a lot of different services, from safe spaces for men to share, a lot of different things involving health and mental health, physical health, what we call comradeship, which is like this coming together, and fellowship and this coming together. We got a new line of men's health care and skincare products coming out this week, our line called Black by Men of Stature. So we'll check that out. Also a safety expert, which I'm a big advocate on safety and public safety and being able to help each other out. Everything I do revolves around helping people, you know. And so with this book, I tried to take a different angle on things I would typically write and share. And I really focused on seeking help, you know, and the impact of seeking and needing help. And this is a personal journey really for me. And I think a lot of people can relate to, but it was the fact that, you know, like I said, where we come from, you know, we grind and we scratch and we claw, we're trying to make it. We're trying to do things and not having a lot of support. You're doing it on your own for the most part. You're on the island. And then you get to that point where you realize, I need help. I can't do this on my own. You know, I don't know everything. I thought I did. I thought I was good. You know, I thought I was good, y'all. But I realized, no, we need help at some point. And so talking about that journey for me and what that looked like, and seeking help and the impact of just that process alone, what it did for my life, you know. And so in turn, now I turn back, and like I said, everything I do now in business and life and everything really revolves around helping people and taking them through that journey as well. And so just want people to know you have help. There is help available. 1, 2, it's okay to seek and need help. We can't do it on our own. You know, sometimes we have to look to the left and right, and we pull from strength from other people. Like, just like this process, I learned so much from just these men here today and going through this process with them, going through some of their stuff. Chip is a guy, my brother, I love him so much. And we get to learn that sometimes even from afar, people we've never met before, we can still learn from each other. We can still grow with each other. And so I just want to encourage people, if nothing else, that it's okay. You know, as a man, I know how we kind of grew up, in our upbringing was all about be tough, be strong, you don't need no help, don't cry, and all that stuff. But that's not really true, you know, so it's okay. And so if you need help, it's out there. So just wanted to share that. So thank you all so much. And again, I thank everybody here. I think all the men here, just with all their stories and as they're sharing, we hope it helps.
There it is, no doubt. Making that impact that influences many. Thank you so much, Ken. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Manny T. Manny Trujillo.
Hello, everybody. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. First, I want to say I'm honored to be a part of this project. Appreciate Chip, giving me a part in this. For those that might not know, Chip and I grew up together. We're actually from the same hometown, a little small town in Hearn, Texas, like 5,000 people. real, middle class, hardworking people, the type of people that we were blessed. We were invited into everybody's home. If you were there around dinner time, it wasn't, hey, you need to go home. It was like, no, pull up a chair. We're going to eat, so everybody took care of everybody. It was great. I was blessed in that way. Just a little bit more about me. I'm an educator. I'm actually in my 23rd year in education. My first 14 years, I was a coach and teacher as well. I really never thought I'd be an elementary teacher, but the coaching profession takes a lot of time away from your family. So I was finding that out. I have 3 children, and I knew once my oldest son got into junior high, I was going to make a switch. So I decided to get out of the coaching, and I went into elementary. And man, I tell you what, I talk a little bit about it in my chapter, and it revitalized and rejuvenated my career in education. There's nothing like, maybe you might be having a bad day or something like that, but nothing like a kindergartner just coming up to hug you, just to hug you, just showing you love, man. And that keeps you going. I'm in charge of all the buses, whenever we leave, and we have like 12 buses or so. And I probably average 9 or 10 hugs a day when they leave. So that keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to come back the next day. I'm a lucky guy. One of the first things I write about in my book is me being me being a product of my environment. And I'm blessed, mom and dad, supportive. I have 2 older brothers that, I looked up to. Also wrote about in my chapter about having a big family, like 60 plus first cousins. And I consider myself to be a pretty observant person. So, if I saw, one of my family members, achieving some good things, I watched them. How did they achieve that? Whether it's academically, athletically, I watched them, and I saw how hard they worked, and that's what I wanted to do. The other thing with this my chapter is, I don't know if I'll ever get this opportunity again. So I wanted to give the people that helped mold me, I wanted to give them their roses right now and thank them for shaping me to the man I am. But along with that, I also want to say that I'm always a student, and I'm still going to be a student. Chip and I have actually had the opportunity to coach together, and man, we worked with some great men that helped mold us in that profession. Where I was just a sponge. And I tell my elementary kids, the man above gave us 2 of these and 1 of these. So listen twice, speak once, and, we were doing that, and I was able to do that. My chapter is just, about family. You want to write about something that you feel pretty comfortable about. And we were actually on vacation when Chip told me about the opportunity to be in the book. I was honored, but it also gave me a time on the drive home, about a 9-10 hour drive, to think about what I wanted to write about. So it's out there, gotten some positive feedback so far from yesterday. Yesterday was an awesome experience. So again, I'm just honored to be a part of the project. I've mentioned before in some of the interviews we've done before, just being around these men and just listening to them, it makes me a better person. So I appreciate each and every one of you hearing your stories. And I look forward to hopefully, getting to meet y'all face to face one day, instead of just seeing you on a computer and, hugging you like some of them elementary kids hug me. So I'm blessed, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Let's go. Hugs for everybody. Let's go.
Man, let's
Pass them
do it.
around. Hugs. Hugs for everybody. That's good stuff, man. Well, these are the authors. I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned there's a few that had some family things or things going on and they were not able to make it, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned their names So if you would like to look them up and show them some love as well, and that's Anthony McCauley, Coach B, Art Berlanga, Desmond Jones, Taylor Farrar, Travell, C.W. Lynch, and our guy Victor Pisano. He had an issue with his daughter was sick today, so he had to make sure he took care of her, so he was not able to come. But man, just truly grateful for the love and support. Truly grateful for everybody being on. And I said this with the first session. We are a product of a whole lot of folks loving us. None of this have been achieved alone. None of us can do this alone, right? And for that, I know that. Truly grateful for everyone that supported us. Truly grateful for the brothers. It's a part of the impact, the influence. Truly grateful for Sugar Ray and his team with the amazing job that they do. Made the process smooth, taught us so much. And so we're just looking forward to the opportunities to learn and grow together and impact lives and give and help, just like Kenny said.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, I see something much bigger than the book in y'all, because I know y'all getting ready to put some type of a tour together, but I can actually see an Impact and Influence conference coming soon. So I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I know if I know Chip, I know he about to go get it. So
you can put it out there. You will see it.
Yeah, we already know. But for everybody that's watching, man, y'all make sure you go and grab at least 2 copies of this book. If there's a gentleman on here that inspired you, that motivated you, that you say, man, you know what, I can relate so much to the wisdom, to the power, to the passion. Because one word that we kept hearing yesterday was powerful. I want to throw the other word out there, passionate. Because each of these gentlemen, if you hear it, they're not talking about, I want to go out and make $1 million from what I do. They're saying, I want to impact lives and genuinely impact lives. Cello, I salute you, because I saw the same thing a long time ago. It's the issues that we run into as men, when we see men out in these streets. It doesn't start as a man. It starts as a teenager, and it doesn't start as a teenager. It starts as a child, and it's so there's a root cause. And I salute you all for diving deep into the issues and going after it. Mental health is a big issue, and for all of those in our communities, we often say, I'm not going to see a counselor. I'm not going to do this. That's so taboo. But guess what? Why not? Why not you? You might be the first person in your family that actually breaks those chains, and breaking chains is not easy. Anybody that's ever broke a chain in real life knows. I'm not talking about the little $2 gold chains that we get at the Pearson Pagoda in the mall. I'm talking about those real junkyard dog chains. That's what we fighting against, right? So I salute each and every one of y'all gentlemen for the hard work, and man, I can see the brotherhood. We see a lot of women taking the lead, and in this book, I definitely see the gentlemen are stepping up and saying, wait, hold on, follow us. We going somewhere with this. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Impact and Influence conference coming soon. Don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know if Chip hears it, he about to go do it. So y'all got any last words for the audience?
No, I think for me, maybe I just like to let everybody share their social media where they can be followed, because I really would like for people to go and support all of the powerful men, because they're doing great things. So Cello, if you want to go ahead and jump on and kind of give your social media.
Again, thanks for having me. This has been great. The whole experience has been great. #1 Amazon bestseller. Got to put that out there. And over 13 different categories. Amazing what men can do when men come together. But if you want to get a hold of me, my website is intheschooltoprisonpipeline.com. The 2 is the number 2. On Instagram, it's @Wevolutionary. My Facebook page is Ending the School to Prison Pipeline, Wevolutionary Motivation LLC. And I have 2 Twitter handles. One is school-2-prison-pipeline, and the other one is dear_young_people. And that Twitter is just for motivation for young people that are going through something or may need a good word for the day. But thanks for having me. I'm blessed to be here. Thanks, Sugar. Thanks, Chip. Thanks to other authors, the Avengers. We got.
All right, Kenneth, you're up, brother.
Yeah, no problem. You can find me first. My website is KennethRWilson.com. Check out all the things, even the links for the books and things there. If you're looking at social media, all my handles, it's at Mr. Kenneth Wilson. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'd also encourage everyone to check out, again, what we're doing. Check out Men of Stature at menofstature.org, and also check out Black Squirrel Media. You can check out Black Squirrel Media at blacksquirrelmedia.com. And so check it out. And again, thanks for everyone. Y'all take care.
All right. Good job. Manny, you're up.
All right. Through Facebook and LinkedIn, just Manny Trujillo. Instagram is Man Law True. So MANLAWTRU. And then Twitter's ML Trujillo 31. So again, honored. I dabble in a little shoe customization as well. So if you want to get some shoes hooked up, that's actually one of the things that linked, Chip and I up. We're both kind of sneakerheads a little bit. So yeah. Now I want to tell a quick Chip story. So here's the thing. Here's one of the benefits of growing up with Chip. Now, one of the things you could obviously see is, in the 35 plus years we've known together, I have never outdressed Chip. And you can see today, I haven't outdressed him. One quick story, a coworker of ours was getting married. So, and my kids were in the wedding, they were the flower girl and the ring bearer. So I go and get me a new suit. I got me a 3-piece, ready, matching tie, hanky. I'm thinking, I got him today. I got him for sure. Man, this joker broke my heart. He shows up suited out with an ascot.
Let's go.
An ascot. like he's part of the royal family, like Prince Harry. Man, I was sour the rest of the day. I couldn't even look at him the rest of the day. So, but again, you look at any of our yearbooks, shirt, tie, sharp, man. It's always been sharp. So clean you can't even whistle.
Can't it? Man, appreciate you, man.
You guys, man.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure if Chris is still on. I know he's doing a work deal, but Chris, you want to give them your handle where they can go check you out?
Most definitely. You can always find me at Chris Nixon. That's on Facebook and Instagram at this time, but we'll have updates at a later time. And also, I want to piggyback on Mr. Manny there, man. Say, Mr. Too Cool, Too Fly. I'm telling you, I always looking up to it. The way he's dressing, it's always something new.
Appreciate the love, man. Truly blessed. Truly blessed. Well, again, Sugar Ray, thank you so much for the opportunity, man, to be on your platform, to work with your company. And we're truly grateful for everybody that showed up today. I'll just pass it over to you, Sugar Ray. Got you. Yeah. Still got you muted.
It's coming. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, listen, I appreciate each and every one of you all for everything that you're doing. I salute you. And man, once again, thank y'all for being on Book Talk Live. For everybody that's tuned in, make sure you go and grab those multiple copies of the book. Like I said, connect with the gentleman. And I always say this on every episode. Just because you got an Amazon Prime, that does good for you. We want to support these authors in their businesses. So reach out to the author that impacts your heart, that impacts who impacts you, moves you, that touches you. Because if you're only going through Amazon, here's what happens. Amazon takes about 60 to 120 days before they see any royalties. Imagine working at your job for 2 to 4 months before you getting paid. You would quit. We want to build entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, and help them grow and help them go. So let's make it happen. Listen, I love y'all guys. We'll see y'all on next week.
Go get it.